A routine congressional oversight hearing transformed into a blistering cross-examination as Louisiana Senator John Kennedy faced off against Mr. Kurski, a senior executive representing the global banking giant UBS. The subject: corporate greed, Holocaust-era assets, and allegations that the newly merged banking megafirm is hiding behind legal technicalities to protect its bottom line. Senator John Kennedy is famous for using folksy, down-home analogies, but beneath that theatrical style is a sharp legal mind. What he is doing here is a classic prosecutor's trap, starting with historic, inarguable atrocities to set an emotional and moral baseline, and then forcing a modern corporate executive to defend a highly technical legal position against that backdrop. Senator Kennedy began the questioning by establishing the corporate timeline. Several years ago, UBS acquired Credit Suisse, a move that legally meant UBS inherited all of Credit Suisse's past assets and liabilities. With the corporate connection locked in, Kennedy took the room back to World War II, methodically walking Mr. Kurski through the horrors of Nazi Germany, how the regime systematically stripped Jewish people of their wealth, their labor, and their lives, and famously deposited that stolen wealth directly into Credit Suisse. When asked directly why Credit Suisse accepted Nazi gold, Mr. Kurski called the bank's wartime behavior terrible and shameful, admitting the bank simply wanted to profit from it. Furthermore, Kurski acknowledged that Credit Suisse went so far as to help Nazi war criminals escape Europe after the war via the infamous rat lines. Notice how effortlessly Mr. Kurski acknowledges these historical atrocities. For a modern executive, admitting that a bank did terrible things 80 years ago is easy PR mitigation. It costs nothing to call long-dead bankers shameful. But watch how quickly the dynamic changes when the timeline shifts to the modern era, where real money and current reputations are on the line. The temperature in the room spiked when the focus shifted to a modern-day whistleblower, Mr. Borowski. Hired by Credit Suisse to audit its historical Nazi-linked accounts, Borowski allegedly did his job too well, resulting in Credit Suisse abruptly firing him. While Mr. Kurski claimed he wasn't part of the bank back then and couldn't comment on the termination, he noted that UBS had proudly rehired Borowski after acquiring Credit Suisse. However, Kennedy wasn't buying the corporate pivot. He accused UBS of repeating history, rehiring Borowski for good publicity, but the moment his investigation got too close to sensitive data, transferring the relevant documents to corporate lawyers to hide them under the guise of attorney-client privilege. When Kurski denied trying to hide the documents, claiming they withheld them only due to the threat of litigation, Kennedy pounced. This is the crux of the hearing. By invoking attorney-client privilege, UBS is using a legal shield to keep investigators from seeing what is actually in those archives. Mr. Kurski claims it's about protecting the sanctity of the privilege during litigation. But to the public, and to Senator Kennedy, it looks exactly like a corporate cover-up designed to keep old secrets buried. The battle then turned to cold, hard cash. Mr. Kurski pointed out that Swiss banks had previously paid a massive $1.25 billion collective settlement to the Jewish community, which he argued covered both known and unknown claims. He stated definitively that UBS has no intention of paying a single penny more. That's what this is still all about, isn't it? Kennedy countered. The money. When Kurski insisted the bank's stance was based on principle, Kennedy systematically dismantled UBS's corporate track record. He rattled off a rap sheet of recent banking scandals, reminding the room that UBS was caught manipulating the LIBOR interest rate to the tune of $700 million, paid $780 million for helping 52,000 Americans evade taxes, and had recently begun debanking legal industries whose politics they disliked, such as firearm companies, oil and gas outfits, and crypto financiers. How noble of you, Kennedy remarked sarcastically. How wonderful it must be to be more righteous than the rest of us. This is a devastating blow to the witness. By bringing up the LIBOR scandal, tax evasion, and modern political debanking, Kennedy completely neutralizes Mr. Kurski's defense of corporate principle. He establishes a pattern of behavior, effectively telling the audience, this isn't a bank guided by high moral standards. This is a repeat offender hiding behind lawyers. In a fiery closing statement, Senator Kennedy bypassed the legal counsel and delivered a blunt piece of advice to the UBS executive. He urged the bank to stop playing legal games, hand over the documents, let Mr. Borowski finish his investigation, and let the chips fall where they may. If the audit proves that UBS owes more money to Holocaust survivors and their descendants, Kennedy demanded that they pay it. Because that's what this is about, Kennedy concluded. It's all about the Benjamins. It was then, and it is now. Ultimately, this hearing highlights the vast chasm between legal compliance and moral justice. UBS is making a logical, numbers-based corporate defense. They believe a past settlement closed the book forever. But in the court of public opinion, a billionaire banking conglomerate using legal technicalities to avoid fully accounting for Nazi gold is an unmitigated disaster. Kennedy's parting shot ensures that no matter what the legal outcome is, the reputational cost to UBS will be incredibly high.
Can we agree that when the Nazis would conquer a country during World War II, that the Nazis would take the people's money? Is that correct?
I'm not sure what you mean by that, Senator.
Sure you know what I mean. They took people's money, didn't they?
Yes, Senator.
And that includes the money of Jewish people, is that correct?
Yes, Senator.
And the Nazis not only took their money, they took the hair from Jewish people and their teeth and sold them, didn't they?
Yes, Senator.
And they took the Jewish people's labor, didn't they?
Yes, Senator.
And ultimately the Nazis took the lives of many Jewish people, didn't they?
They did, Senator.
And the Nazis took all this money and put some of it in Credit Suisse Bank, didn't they?
They did, Senator.
Why did Credit Suisse take this money?
Thank you for that question, Senator. UBS and Credit Suisse's conduct, behavior during World War II was terrible and shameful.
Why did Credit Suisse take this money?
They took the money to presumably profit from it at that time.
Yeah, Credit Suisse took the money because they wanted to make money off of it, right?
It seems so, Senator.
And not only did Credit Suisse take this money, but Credit Suisse also helped many of their customers, Nazis, actually escape after Germany lost the war. Isn't that true?
Through the rat lines, yes, Senator.
Rat lines. They call them rat lines. Now, some in the Jewish community pointed this out to Credit Suisse. And Credit Suisse decided to hire Mr. Borofsky. Is that right?
Yes, Senator.
And Mr. Borofsky did his job, didn't he?
He has, Senator.
And in fact, he did his job so well that Credit Suisse fired him. Isn't that right?
Senator, I wasn't a part of those decisions.
Are you saying he did a bad job?
We are grateful for rehiring Mr. Borofsky, and he has done tremendous work.
Come on, Mr. Kurski. Let's be honest here. You're under oath. They fired Mr. Borofsky, they meaning Credit Suisse, which you now own, because he was doing his job, didn't they?
I wasn't part of Credit Suisse at the time, Senator, so I am unaware.
Do you believe in the Tooth Fairy?
I do not anymore.
Do you believe in the Easter Bunny?
Not anymore, Senator.
Do you believe that Jimmy Hoffa died of natural causes?
I don't have a comment on that,
Of course
Senator.
they fired him because he was doing his job. And then UBS bought Credit Suisse, and UBS, kudos to you, you rehired Mr. Borofsky. Is that right?
We did.
And he's rocking along doing his job. Only he gets too close again. And UBS has decided to take some of the relevant documents, this is pretty slick, actually, and give these documents to its lawyer and claim attorney-client privilege. Isn't that right?
With due respect, Senator, this is our investigation, which is being supervised by Mr. Borofsky, and we have provided cooperation.
You didn't take these documents and give them to your lawyer because you wanted your lawyer to disclose them at a press conference, did you? You gave these documents to your lawyer to hide them, didn't you?
Maybe I can...
I'm not talking to you, Counselor. I'm talking to Mr. Kurski.
No, not to hide them, Senator.
Oh, you didn't? Well, why'd you do it then? Out of the goodness of your heart?
No,
In the interest of justice?
as my colleague mentioned, we've been fully cooperative.
You haven't turned over these documents.
We have not turned over the documents, Senator, because of the threat of litigation.
Ah, the threat of litigation. Oh, I see. Now, Credit Suisse, before you acquired them, paid $1.25, I think, billion in damages to the Jewish people. Is that right?
That was a collective settlement from Swiss banks.
Yeah, but that doesn't account for any new evidence of crimes, does it?
It does, Senator. It's for known and unknown claims, and the larger portion is for unknown claims.
So that's what this is all about. You don't want to pay any more money, do you?
No, the $1.25 billion is for known and unknown claims.
So your position is that Credit Suisse, whose liabilities and assets you assumed, paid $1.25 billion, and you're not paying a penny more. Is that right?
So we also paid. It was a collective settlement, and the
But
settlement
your
was
position is
final.
you're not paying a penny more. Is that right?
That is correct, Senator. It was accounted for
So that's
in the
what
unknown
this is
claims.
still all about, isn't it? The money.
For
It was
us,
about
it's
the
about
money.
finding the truth, Senator.
When your predecessor took the Nazi money, and it's about the money right now, isn't it?
I don't agree with that, Senator.
Oh, I see. What could it be about then? Principle? The sanctity of the attorney-client privilege? UBS, look, I don't hate anybody, sir. I want you to know that. But we all have a record. UBS got caught manipulating the LIBOR interest rate, didn't it? Had to pay $700 million for manipulating the interest rate. Isn't that correct?
Amongst other banks, yes, Senator.
UBS also got caught hiding the money of 52,000 Americans so they wouldn't have to pay taxes. Isn't that correct?
That was settled in 2009.
Yeah, you paid $780 million, didn't you, for doing that? Isn't that correct?
I'm not sure of the exact number, Senator.
I am. UBS also, just in recent history, decided to debank people whose politics you didn't like, didn't you?
No, Senator.
UBS said we're not going to do business with firearm-related companies or oil and gas companies and coal miners and crypto financiers, didn't you?
We provide fair access for...
But you debanked these people, didn't you? How noble of you. How wonderful it must be to be more righteous than the rest of us. Here's my advice, and then I'm going to hush, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate your indulgence. I don't have anything against the good people at UBS. But the smart play here for you is to release these documents and let Mr. Borofsky finish his report and let the chips fall where they may, and then in front of God and country, if you owe more money, then by God, pay it. Because that's what this is about. It's all about the Benjamins. It was then, and it is now.